What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Paul and today I've got some more truck content for you. Now today's video is going to be about suspension systems, primarily the difference between leveling kits and actual suspension lifts, and which is right for your truck and your needs. Regardless of what kind of truck you drive, you probably want to put some bigger tires on it, hence why you're watching this video. Now for most vehicles you'll have two main types of suspension systems. You'll have your leveling kit and then you'll have your actual suspension lifts. So before you actually go out and buy a new suspension kit, you want to ask yourself a couple questions. Number one, are you just looking for an aesthetic improvement on your truck, just trying to change the look of it, or are you actually looking for some kind of performance gain, either handling or actual off-road capability? Number two, are you actually going to take your truck off-road? What size tires are you actually trying to fit? Every vehicle can fit a different size tire from factory and with different sizes of lift. A 4-inch lift on my F-150 might fit a lot different size tire than a 4-inch lift on a Silverado or a Dodge Ram. And finally, ask yourself, is this vehicle going to be your daily driver? If it is going to be your daily driver, you might want something that's not a crazy lift. You want to be able to still get in and out very easily. The vehicle still rides well on the road. It's not too stiff or too soft. At the end of the day, you want it to maintain good street manners if you're driving it on a daily basis. Alright guys, so to start off we're going to talk about leveling kits. Now what I have on my truck is not a leveling kit. This is an actual suspension system. All a leveling kit is pretty much just a metal spacer that's going to fit between your strut or your spring and wherever it mounts on your truck. Now the whole purpose of a leveling kit is to level out the factory rake that any truck comes with. What I mean by that is your truck will actually sit generally about an inch or two lower in the front than it does in the rear. Now a big reason manufacturers do that is to help improve fuel economy on the highway and things like that. Most enthusiasts don't like the look of that, so if all you want to do is level the truck out, a leveling kit is a good option. Now again, leveling kits are just a spacer, and generally they'll only be found on the front of your vehicle. Heights will generally range between an inch to at most maybe 3 inches, but most of them that I've seen are about an inch, inch and a half for most vehicles, and that'll reduce the factory rake and give your truck a nice stance. These are going to be your most affordable option when it comes to any kind of suspension upgrade. Generally, you probably won't spend more than $100 or $200 depending on what brand you get. If you're not looking to add a much bigger tire than what you have from the factory, in my example for my F-150, a leveling kit can allow me to clear up to a 33-inch tire with the right wheel spacers. So if you're not looking to add a huge tire, that can be a good option for you. With that, however, there is no adjustment capability. If you want to go a little higher or lower to fine-tune your ride height, that's not an option with a leveling kit. It's a fixed spacer. But these are a great option for you guys that are out there that are on a really tight budget. Or again, if you just really like the factory ride quality of your truck, adding just a spacer in there isn't really going to change the ride quality of your vehicle. They're also the easiest suspension mod you can make. Now if you're interested in an actual suspension system, things are going to get a lot more complicated. This kit I have on my truck can go anywhere from factory ride height all the way up to a 3-inch lift by just adjusting the coilover right here. Now some lift kits won't change the spring or control arms or anything like that. For trucks it's fairly popular. For the cheaper kits, they'll actually just have a taller spindle, which is where your brake caliper and everything like that's mounted. They'll use that and drop brackets and things like that. That way you get a lot more ride height, but you still maintain your factory ride quality. Actual suspension systems are going to be more expensive. This Stage 2 Icon setup that I went with, it retails for about $2,400. Going back to the question I mentioned earlier, what you're actually going to use this truck for, are you going off-road or is it just going to be for street driving? Different suspension kits could be overkill for your needs. And with suspension lifts, generally you'll actually gain not just ride height, but if you're actually changing the suspension, the springs, the shocks, or the coilovers, whatever, if you're actually changing these components, you'll see actual off-road performance gains. Now what I mean by that is when you're actually going off-road, whether you're climbing rocks, plowing through mud holes, or just blazing down a trail, your suspension's still moving a lot. So in my case, the actual diameter of the shock tubes and things like that, everything's bigger and stronger than the factory components. Now the benefit of a bigger shock or strut is as you're going through these bumps, if you're doing this on a factory suspension, your stock shocks and struts can get worn out and start to fade, and they won't work as well as they heat up. But if you buy an actual suspension system that replaces it and that comes with external reservoirs, you know, this gives your suspension a lot more, what's the word I'm thinking of? Resistance to fade, if that makes sense. Your suspension will be able to handle bigger bumps, but also more of them for longer. So again, I know we're just kind of beating on a dead horse, but it really depends on what you're going to do with your vehicle. So like I said earlier, I chose an Icon Stage 2 system for my truck. The kit came with new front coilovers, new upper control arms, rear shocks, and I also bought some rear lift blocks to lift the rear end about an inch. I actually never installed the rear shocks or blocks, so that'll be an upcoming video. But even without them, I think the truck looks a lot better than stock. Now, I bought this system because I knew I wanted to fit more than a 33-inch tire on my truck. Icon recommends you only go with at most a 34-inch tire. They claim you'll fit that without having to trim any of your fender liners or anything like that. But I went with a 35, and if you saw my old video of how to fit 35s on your F-150, you saw that I actually had to trim out a lot of this stuff. The lower edges of these fender liners had to get trimmed because they'll catch the edge of the tire here when I'm at full lock. Now, I knew I wanted to go with a 35 just because I felt the 35 looked the best with the truck as a whole. Obviously, 35s come factory on the Raptors, and I really like the look of those trucks, so that's kind of what I wanted to simulate as best I could on my truck. Now, I could have gone with a bigger suspension system, like an actual 4-inch lift kit or something like that, but I'd seen a few of these trucks in person, and I really didn't like how much taller they were. I can still get in and out of this truck just fine, but I wanted my wife to be able to do it as well, and also not have too much trouble getting the baby in the car seat in the back. I wanted to keep the truck as low as I could and also still fit the tire that I wanted. But anyways, guys, I hope that breakdown makes sense for you. Hopefully I gave you some insight, some things to consider before you buy a suspension system for your truck, help you make the right choice. I've got a lot more truck related content coming out soon, so if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around for more. See you guys next time.